Alright, hello everyone. In this video I will show you a demo of tender management or a newly released app. So once you install it, you're going to have this new small icon for tenders. You click it, it lands directly on this interface. Whereas we show you a nice cabin view of all the tenders that are active or running, as you can see here in the filter. So it shows you the starting date and the deadline of each tender. It also shows you the location and the name of the tender, as well as the number of submissions. So if you click on submissions, it takes you directly to the bids or submissions that your vendors submitted to you. And if you click on the box itself, it lands on the tender itself. So for demo purposes, we have created 3 tenders. One of them is a construction project. As you can see, we have this nice ribbon that shows you the status of the tender. We can see here that it starts with a draft. Then you submit it to your management for approval. After it's approved, it goes live, it becomes in progress. Once the tender is in progress, it gets published on the website if you opted to do so. So as you can see, we have a box here for publishing or unpublishing. We also have 2 boxes to show the number of bids and the ranking. But since that is a new tender, we have not submitted anything yet. Going to other tenders with submissions like this one, you can see we have office decoration tender, whereas we're asking for material, labor, and overhead. So as you know, any tender in the world would have these 3 categories of material, labor, overhead. Even if you don't have these categories, you can use the material section. You can specify exactly what is the product, what is the code, using Odoo internal code. And as you can see here, we have the code. You can specify the number of units, and obviously every tender has a start date and an end date, a location, a category. So here in the category, you can select what is the category of this tender. We have a configuration item here for all tender categories. So you can say, okay, office decoration, that's a decoration tender. You can save it, and now let's get to the interesting part, which is the bidding. So you could give access to the tender when you go to users. So you go to settings and then users, and here you can see all the users with access to your website or to your portal. So here we have John, we have Vinay, we have Edwin and Brandon from different companies. Using our tender app, you can easily give access. So you can go to vendors. Here you can see the list of vendors. Take an example of Gemini Furniture. If you go to Actions, Grant Portal Access, you can select the users from that vendor who will get access to your portal. And as you can see here in this example, we're already giving access to Edwin. You can give access to more users, or you can remove access if you want. So we can also check here, go to Grant Portal Access, and you can see here Brandon. Brandon has access. So for the sake of this demo, I have already logged in as Brandon to the website. And when I clicked on tenders, I can see a list of all the tenders that I can apply to or bid. You can see the status of the tender. Most of them are in progress. If I click on bids, I will see all the bids, but since I just logged in, I have no bids. So going back, let's see which tender that we should be bidding for. Let's take an existing tender that is already open with 3 bids. We take office decoration, and as you can see here, we have 3 bids. Brandon did not bid, obviously. We only have 2 bids from John and 1 from Vinay, and in ranks we have 2 rankings, obviously, because Vinay has submitted 2 bids, and that's why he's number 1 with the lowest amount submitted. If I click it, I can see exactly what is his price and what is the total quotation, and I can mark it as 1, but not yet. Let's see, let's bid here, try to submit something cheaper. So we go to tenders and we go to office decoration, and here I can see all the material, all the labor, all the overhead, and I can see what is the quantity, what is the code, and what is the last price I submitted. As you can see, since I did not submit any bid yet, so obviously my last price is 0. I have 2 ways of submissions. Either I can submit directly on the form and I can leave notes, or I can import the format, an Excel sheet format, and here you can see it's downloading a CSV file that I can open, and here are all the items that I can submit. I can put my price here, so if I had a long list, that would really make my life easier. We'll try 2 ways, maybe one with the Excel sheet and the other one directly on the website. As you can see, the type is material, labor, or overhead. So I'm going to do something like this. I will submit 10 and 20 and 30, 40, 50, and 60. I will save that CSV file, and I'm going to import using the front end. Here I can browse, and I can go to downloads. It's not in downloads. So view downloads, and seems like it's not in downloads. So let's try to import one more time. Obviously I did not save it well. I don't know where it went. So this time we're going to save it. I'll put it on my desktop, and here we go. Open it. Can't open 2 Excel sheets. Let's save this one on my desktop one more time. Obviously it was not saved properly. So I'm going to overwrite it, yes, and I'm going to keep the format, and now we can import directly from my desktop, and all I have to do is to submit it. So the code has been submitted successfully, and since I submitted a cheaper price, it's giving me rank number 1. Let's see that bid. When I click on bids, here it shows me my bid. The total is 210, and it shows me the prices that I have submitted. If you remember, 10, 20, 30, this is the total, 40, 50, and then this is the total, and then 60 and total, and then we have a grand total of all material, all labor, and all overheads. So if you remember, let's go back to the back end now, and let's refresh. Now we can see 4 bids instead of 3 before, and we have 3 ranks. If I click on the rank, we can see Brandon from Azure Interior taking rank number 1 in bold, as opposed to the 214 earlier that was number 1, if you remember. So now if I click it, I will see all the prices, 10, 20, and 30, and then I can see 40 and 50, and then 60 for the overhead. Everything is logged here, and as you can see here, the top rank has changed to tender quotation number 6. I can go to it directly by clicking here, and I can mark it as 1 if I really want to close that tender, or I can wait for more time since we did not approach the deadline. And if you want to wait, you can wait more, as I said. And then if I mark it as 1, it should change the status. Let's go ahead and mark this one as 1, assuming that I want to close it before the deadline here. So I'm going to click here and mark 1. And you can see here that the status has changed from draft to mark as 1. And the good thing is I can directly create the LPO from the same screen. And here we can see the purchase order created. So we have a total of 210. Now if I go to purchases, and you can see here the 210 LPO created. And here I can send it by email, or I can print it, I can confirm the order, and then it goes through your purchasing process. So I guess that's it. I also wanted to show you the calendar view, where you can see all tenders. So here you can go to months, and then you can see all the tenders divided by category, and you can watch on your calendar all the deadlines. You can also see it in a tree view. So these are all the tenders. You can group by responsible person, or you can group by the category. So that's also a nice view. You can access all the products from this page. You can create, delete, or modify products. You can also, I wanted to show something important, that when I create a new tender, I can use the Excel export way. So let's create a new tender. So let's say I will call it warehouse painting tender, and I want to start it today and I will finish it end of this month. I wanted to show the import BOM, the bit of material functionality. So as you can see, it's not published yet on the website, still in draft. If I click on save, now I can import the BOM, and I can select the BOM from a file that I have. But before that, it's a good idea to export the template. So if you export the template, we need to enable pop-ups. So that is the it shows in folder. That is the BOM format that you can use to import to Odoo directly from a CSV file. So since we already have this open, I can use it to import my BOM. As you can see, the format here is very simple. There is no need to mention what is your BOM ID or what is your product ID. All you have to do, let's take an example of this large desk. So I want to import a large desk here. Description black color. I can provide a product code, or if I don't know it, I can just keep it empty. I want 2 pieces, and the type is material. And here, let's import painting, since we are painting the warehouse, and I want white paint, and quantity 1, and that is a labor item. So let's assume that's enough. We're going to save that, and let's go ahead and import that BOM. Import the BOM. As you can see, the 2 items were automatically imported from my CSV template. So that is really great if you have a very large BOM that is divided between labor and material and overheads. You don't even have to know what is the code. As you can see, that was automatically brought for you, and you don't have to worry about so many things in your BOM. So we also automatically manage the units based on the product configuration. So assuming that you're ready to submit that, let's go ahead and submit. Assuming that we have a manager who can approve this. I'm already logged in as an admin, so I can go ahead and approve it. Now it goes in progress. I can just publish that on the website, and it goes live. Now if we go to the website, we go to tenders, and here we see the warehouse painting tender. As you can notice, we can no longer see the office decoration tender that we have bid on before, because it was already marked as 1, so it will no longer be visible on the website. Now I can bid. So let's go ahead this time and bid on the website directly. So let's say I want to quote 50, and I want to quote 100 here. But I don't have white color, so I will say I have only red. So all I have to do is to submit. You can see the total here that is calculated automatically for you. If I go ahead and submit, it will give me rank number 1, obviously, because I'm the first one who bid. Going to the back end, if we refresh, we will see the bid and the rank. Obviously, we have Mr. Brandon as rank number 1 with 150, and it will show me the exact quotation. So I already described the process. I hope it's very clear for you. So now we talk about reporting. We have a reporting menu that you can reach to right here, and from this box you can select what are the tenders that you would like to include in your report. Assuming that I would like to include all the tenders that are in progress and those that are done. If I select all of them, click select and then print, the system is going to give you this beautiful report that shows you who's number 1, which tender is that, and who is the winning vendor. It shows you the best price that you got, and it also shows you the totals, total labor, total overhead. So since for this kitchen tender we have only 1 vendor, we have only this information. But going to the office decoration that we both worked on, you can see that Mr. Brandon is the winning vendor with first rank in red, if you remember tender code number 6, with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60, and a grand total of 210. The report will also show you all bids from all vendors. It will sort descending, like 1 to rank number 2, rank number 3, and so on. This is the warehouse painting tender. If you remember, we had only one submission, so we have Mr. Brandon, who's also the highest or the best bidder with the lowest amount. So that is a very nice report that you can print to PDF and you can send to your management. Thanks for listening to this video. If you have questions about our tender management application, you can contact us on these addresses. You can also visit our website for more information about other apps.